I'm sharing my screen. Can you see that?
Yes, yes.
I guess the first I need to install VMware. I downloaded it here.
Yeah, install anyway. You can click on finish.
Okay.
And now you can open the VMware.
Okay.
So you can click on second option. Yeah, continue.
Okay.
Okay, now you can click on file. Yeah, open. Third option.
Yeah.
And open your Kali machine. Yes, this file. Now click on the that second option, edit virtual machine settings. No, not this one. In the Kali machine.
Oh,
One
sorry.
second. Here, here.
Here.
This option. This option.
Um,
No, the here, this option.
okay, sorry.
Yeah. Now here, let me check. So you have 16 GB. You can provide up to 8 GB.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Increase up. Yes. Then click on processors. Okay, that is okay. And click on that network adapter. Yeah, click on the bridge mode. First option, bridge. Yeah.
okay.
And click on okay. Now click on OK. Now your machine is set. Now you can power on your virtual machine.
Okay, power on this virtual machine. So first option, it's doing. So I need to have a login or
Yeah, so you can apply username Kali and password is also Kali.
okay, you told me this yesterday. I remember.
All in lowercase.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, 1 second. So can you open the chat here, Zoom chat? I have provided a license key. So can you copy that and you can apply in your VMware
In the VMware.
Zoom chat?
So yeah, this is the one I have got. Yeah, I've copied it and already applied on the VMware.
Yeah. Here you can click on this help. Here enter a license key. This one. Enter a license
Get a
key.
yeah.
Yes. Click on OK. Yeah. Now this is your licensed VMware. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Okay, now you can power off your machine. Because now your machine is working. From the next weekend, we will start the practical part. Okay, today we will complete the theoretical.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So I need to power it off. Or how do I power it off?
Yeah, here you can click on right click on the Kali machine. That Kali. No, 1 second. Yeah, you can click on here. This option.
Okay, yeah.
Right click. Yeah, power off. The second option.
Yeah, power.
Yeah, power off.
Power. Okay. So they are shutting the power.
Okay. So now you can
Okay.
stop sharing. Okay.
Mm.
So now we can continue with the theoretical part. So first
Okay.
we will take the revision. Okay, like a recap for of yesterday's session, and then we will start.
Okay.
So in the yesterday's session, we discussed about the introduction of cybersecurity certification, cybersecurity paths, how to install the
Mm-hmm.
machines, and then introduction to ethical hacking. Okay,
Yeah.
then here we have discussed about some certifications provided by EC Council, and
Mm-hmm.
then the CEH examination details. So this detail is of theoretical one. We also have CEH practical one, which is of 6 hours, and the number of questions you will get is 20 questions. Okay, like
Mm-hmm.
all those are lab questions.
Yeah.
Then we have discussed what is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So confidentiality
Yeah.
means no one can read your data. Okay, here you are
Yeah.
ensuring that
Mm-hmm.
no one can access your data. Integrity is
Mm-hmm.
you are ensuring that no one can modify your data. Availability
Yeah.
is like your data or whatever the resources you are providing that should be accessible by everyone without any interruption or without any delay. Then, apart from this confidentiality, integrity, availability, we've also studied authenticity and non-recordation. Authenticity
Yeah.
is like it is like a quality of like whatever the data we are receiving or whatever
Mm-hmm.
files or whatever document we are receiving from the sender. So that should be
Mm-hmm.
genuine, like
Yeah.
non-malicious. Then we have
Mm-hmm.
studied non-reputation. In this, we
Mm-hmm.
are guarantee that the sender really sends the message and receiver really receives the message.
Okay.
And later on, they are not denying that I have not sent or I have not received the message.
Mm-hmm.
Then attacks is made up of motivation or we can say any purpose. Purpose will give you the direction of hacking. Then method is like what kind of techniques the attacker is using, and vulnerability. In these three components, we can only control vulnerabilities. Okay, like if we have any vulnerabilities in our system, then we can fix them. Okay, and then here
Yeah.
some various motives behind the cybersecurity attacks. Okay, it can be any business, it can be any revenge or business discontinuity, and or stealing of information, money, etc. Then we have the classification of attacks where we have seen the passive, active. Active means we are applying direct attack. Passive means we are applying indirect attack. Closing attacks, like whenever we want to play attack, that should be we have to physically access that device. And then insider, which is like any employee from the company hacking its own company. And distribution attacks, which is like you are applying any malicious URL or any hardware malicious component while launching any application or any hardware product. Okay.
Yeah.
Then information warfare, we have two types of wars. Like we have two types of teams: blue teaming or red teaming, or we can say defensive or offensive. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the defensive we protect, in the offensive we attack. Then we have hacking methodologies. So this is a very common methodology, or we can say a universal methodology, which why universal? Because all other methodologies derive from this particular methodology, which is very common. We start with the footprinting, which is information gathering. Then scanning of your network, scanning of your target device. Enumeration is like deep scanning of your network or of the device, target device. And why enumeration? Because in we are enumerating because in hope that we can find something confidential, like usernames or password hints, confidential file, programming files, etc., or configuration files, etc. Then vulnerability analysis, where we are checking if the target is vulnerable or not, if there's any vulnerability or not. Then we have system hacking. So in the system hacking, we have gaining access, which is actually hacking the target machine. Here we start with the cracking passwords. Either we can crack passwords, we can exploit any vulnerability. Like we have various methods of hacking that we will see. Okay, then we have accelerated privileges, which is like gaining the higher access in the victim machine. If we have gained access as a normal user and we have to access some of the file which is only permitted by admin user or root user, then we have to accelerate our privileges or we have to gain the higher access in the victim machine. Okay, like for example, from normal user to root user. Then we perform further hacking in the victim's machine, and that process is known as accelerating privileges. Then we're maintaining access, which is like maintaining a long-term access inside a machine or inside any target machine. So it depends on a motive of hacking. Then clearing the logs or clearing the traces, whatever we have performed. Then we have cyber clean methodology. So it is another methodology which is a component of intelligence driven defense. So here we have 6 processes, which is reconnaissance. In the reconnaissance, we have information gathering, scanning, enumeration, and vulnerability analysis. Okay, all in one in reconnaissance. Then we have weaponization, which is like creating a malware so that you can deliver to your target. Now, malware, it can be anything. It can be any payload, it can be any piece of attack, it can be any source code, or it can be any entire program. So weaponization can be anything. Then delivery, which is like delivering your malware or your payload to your target machine with the help of any physical device like USB or any via email. Then you have exploitation, which is like exploiting your malicious code or executing your code so that you can gain access inside the machine, inside the target machine. Then installation of further malware inside the target machine. Then command and control, where you you make a proper communication between your machine and your victim machine. Like you share some commands, and that commands will be executed in the victim machine, and you will see the output in your own machine, which is like a reverse connection. Okay. So in this command and control, you take control over your victim machine. Like you check all the files, you check all the folders, you check all the users, etc., all the permissions and so on. Then actions on objectives. Then you perform your actions, whatever your motive is. Then we have one more methodology, which is MITRE attack and framework. So now what is the difference in MITRE attack framework and cyber phishing? So MITRE attack framework is driven from the real world observation. It is based on the real world observation, and it is globally accessible. So it is globally accessible, which means we can apply this particular framework in every domain of economy. Like we can
Mm-hmm.
apply any sector of the economy, like private sector, government sector, or any product based company or any service based company. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have same 14 tactics of cyber security, which is recon and
Yeah.
weaponization. These are known as pre-attack because these are
Yeah.
taking place inside the attacker machine. The rest of
Mm-hmm.
these operations are taken inside the target machine. Okay, that is why it is
Okay.
known as enterprise attack.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have tactics, techniques, and procedures. So these are like the patterns which we can use to understand the attacker's behavior. So this is consist of three parts. Tactics means what kind of methodology your attacker is using. Okay, what
Mm-hmm.
kind of systematic way or phases of hacking your attacker is using. Techniques are like actual techniques your attacker is using, like creating a malware or ransomware malware or any other malware or any other type of attack.
Okay.
Then procedures are like the actual steps, okay,
Mm-hmm.
taken by the attacker. That
Mm-hmm.
is procedures.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have this one model, diamond model of intrusion analysis. So this is
Yeah.
model we can apply after the attack. Okay, so here we have four parts. Adversary is attacker. Who is the attacker? Then the
Yeah.
attacker develops any capability. Capability means
Mm-hmm.
what kind of techniques the attacker uses to attack the target machine. So the
Mm-hmm.
attacker develops any technique to exploit the victim. Okay, so victim means who is the victim or who is the target machine uh, of the attacker. Then victim
Okay.
connects to the infra. So it can be vice versa. Infra can be connected, like the attacker can hack infra to connect to victim, or the
Yeah.
attacker can hack victim to connect to infra. So it can be vice versa. So the attacker exploits victim to connect to other infra of
Okay.
the network of the company. And then it
Mm-hmm.
can be
Yeah.
vice versa, like infra can be used by the attacker, which is adversary, to gain access in the victim machine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this is the approach we can follow to identify the attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have hacking concept, seven different hacker classes. We have what is hacking. So it is like gaining access illegally. Okay. Which is like
Yeah.
we can have any motive behind illegal hacking. It can be any revenge for money or any sort of purpose. Then who is a hacker? So it can be any individual who has excellent skills, or it can be any hobby also, or it can be any illegal purpose, like malicious
Mm-hmm.
intent. Then we have hacker classes,
Mm-hmm.
which is like we have some few classes which are important. Black hat are like illegal hackers, white hat legal hackers, gray hat both. Suicide hackers are like hackers who hacks without worried about the consequences. Script
Mm-hmm.
kiddies, unskilled hackers who just hack for fun. Okay, cyber
Yeah.
terrorists who hack for promoting any religious or political agenda or belief. State
Mm-hmm.
sponsored hackers hired by the government to hack any other government. Okay, any other state's government or country's government.
Mm-hmm.
Activists, these are also for promoting any political agenda.
Okay.
Then we have hacker teams. These are the skilled team, which is mainly in the group of hackers, which is mainly in the research domain or development domain. Then industry
Okay.
specific, which is like competitors hiring hackers for hacking other businesses. Insiders,
Okay.
which is like any hacker from inside of the company, which is any employee hacking its own company. Criminal syndicates, which is like any group of individuals who are hacking for money, especially for money, illegally hacking for
Okay.
money.
Okay.
Organized hacker, they're
Mm-hmm.
also the criminals, but the difference is they are hiring, like they are using the like systems, like they are
Mm-hmm.
taking the systems on rent. Okay,
Yeah.
and then they are hacking. That is organized hacker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then we have ethical hacking concepts, which is like what is ethical hacking? So ethical hacking is the process of gaining the access while mimicking the actions or intentions of a malicious hacker. But whatever
Mm-hmm.
here we are doing legally. Okay, by following the
Okay. Yeah.
laws and ethics.
Mm-hmm.
Then why ethical hacking is necessary? So here we have one common reason, which is like for securing the business. That is the
Yeah.
main reason. And then we have other
Mm-hmm.
reasons like avoiding the security breaches, protect from the hackers, or protecting the customer data, and so on.
Mhm.
Then we have skills of an ethical hacker. So we have two basic skills as a technical skills like knowledge of networking and knowledge of Linux. And rest, it
Mhm.
depends on your domain, which domain you are choosing. The
Mhm.
non-technical skills we have ability to learn or we can adapt as per the new technologies. Keep yourself updated and strong work ethics. You have to follow your laws or regulations of your company and your country, and then
Mhm.
thinking out of the box.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have information assurance, where here we are ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, availability, and authenticity of data in three stages. In the while your data is in processing, like in use, while your data is in storage, or in
Mhm.
transmission, like moving from one place to another. And how we can ensure
Okay.
this information assurance while following these points. So we can develop,
Mhm.
this is like a security architecture. We have to
Mhm.
develop local policy or laws so that everyone can follow. Then we can start by protecting the network, and then we can first we can protect network and use a proper authentication mechanism. Then we can
Mhm.
identify network vulnerabilities and threats so that we can fix them on time. Then we can identify
Okay.
the problem and the resources requirements to fix the problem. Then we hire some
Okay.
individuals or we can arrange the resources. And then we apply the proper protocols and proper fix to avoid the risk of for the future attacks. And then we perform
Okay.
the certification while following the rules or while uh, giving some examinations, and then providing information assurance training, like raising the
Mhm.
awareness among employees so that they can know what is cybersecurity, was what is phishing mail, and how to protect company from attacks. Okay.
Mhm.
Then we have one more strategy, which is like a continual adaptive security strategy. We can apply this as well, but here we have two parts in this, which is before attack and after attack. So protect and detect is before attack, predict and respond is after attack. So protect
Okay.
is like we can protect, we can use this technique, which is defense in depth, to secure the company. Okay, we can protect the endpoints, network, and data. Then we can
Mhm.
apply the continuous monitoring in the network so that we can identify the security incidents or malicious traffic. Then, if any
Okay.
attack occurs, then we can use respond. So, respond is like incident response, which is like the steps taken after any attack. So, we can start with the investigation. We can isolate the infected devices. We can apply some countermeasures. Then we can predict for the future.
Mhm.
Like, what are the chances of
Yeah.
reoccurrence of this particular attack? That is predict.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have one more technique, which is defense in depth. So this is not a, we cannot say this is a cost effective technique, but this is a
Mhm.
very effective technique in terms of if you're securing any confidential device or data. So here we have several
Okay.
protection layer, and each and every protection layer is independent of each other. And this helps to
Mhm.
prevent indirect attacks. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it clear up to any
Yeah.
doubt?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's clear to
Okay.
me
Now
so
we
far.
can move to what is risk. So risk
Mhm.
refers to a degree of any uncertainty or expectation that an adverse event may cause damage to the system. Or we can say risk is like it can be any it can be any expectation that a threat can exploit a vulnerability and that can cause harm to our systems or to our assets. So that is
Mhm.
risk. So
Okay.
how we can reduce the risk? So that we can perform risk management. Okay. So
Mhm.
basically,
Yeah.
risk is divided. In the risk, we have a very important like framework which is known as risk management.
Mhm.
Now, risk management. We have three parts in the risk management. First, we have the risk assessment. Then we have risk reduction. Then we have risk awareness. Okay, so risk assessment is like finding the risk in the system or in
Mhm.
the assets and then
Yeah.
prioritizing your risk on the basis of these levels. We have risk levels,
Mhm.
like we have extreme high, okay, we have low, we have medium, and then we have extreme or high. Okay, we have these
Okay.
risk levels. Then
Mhm.
first we identify in the risk assessment, we identify how many assets are there in our company. On the basis of assets, then we assign a dollar value to each and every asset. After assigning a dollar value, we perform qualitative risk assessment and quantitative risk assessment. In the qualitative risk assessment, we follow some uh, like uh, we follow we take ideas, or we take perspective from each and every department of the company. In the quantitative analysis, we use some formulas to calculate the risk associated with each and every asset. Then we prioritize the risk on the basis of high, extreme, low, or medium. After prioritizing, we do risk reduction. In the risk reduction we just reduce the risk at an acceptable level. After risk reduction, then we apply risk awareness, which is like spreading the awareness about new threats or new malwares. So this is a very long process, risk management, and it is very, very important for the company. So every company has this risk management plan in the cybersecurity department, and it is very essential for the company to identify how many assets are there, intangible and tangible both, and it is for identifying the risk, and prioritizing the risk, and then fixing the risk. Okay, so it is a very long process, which is not in your syllabus. Okay, but it is very important for the 6P examination, like higher examinations. Okay. So here we have risk levels. Here we have extreme or high, which is which needed any immediate measures or immediate fix. Then we have medium risk, which is no urgent action is required, but it is important to fix. Then low is like we can even ignore the low risk. Okay, so we always fix the risk on the basis of risk level. That is risk. And same as we have this risk matrix. Then your risk management. So this is not an actual risk management. It is just an idea of risk management. Actual risk management is more broad than this one. So in this risk management is all about reducing the risk at an acceptable level. Okay, so that we can protect the company or we can avoid future attacks. So risk management, here we have these phrases. First, risk identification. In the risk identification, we identify first how many assets are there in the company. Okay, whether it can be tangible, which is hardware devices like systems, servers, firewalls, or intangible like softwares or antiviruses. Risk identification is like we identify how many devices are there. Then we identify risk assessment. Then we apply the risk like qualitative risk analysis and quantitative risk analysis on the listed assets. And then we identify whether like how much risk is there in each and every asset. Okay, like how much risk is associated with each and every asset. Then we prioritize the risk in this particular phrase only. After prioritizing, we apply the risk treatment, which depends on your prioritization. If the risk is high, you will treat that risk first. Then risk tracking, which is keep on tracking your risk, like keep on monitoring your assets, keep on checking for the new arising risk. Then we can risk review, like we can document or we can evaluate the performance, etc. Okay, that is risk review. So this is not a proper risk management process. This is just an example, or we can say idea of risk management. Okay. Then we have CTI, which is cyber threat intelligence. Now, CTI is like a process where we collect the data. Now, what kind of data? Data about new malwares, new threats, new adversities, new methodology of attackers from the market. That is CTI. Now, why this is important? Think of, let's say you have this company. Okay, you are the owner of the company. Now you want to protect your company from new malwares which is in the market. So before protecting, you should aware about what is going on in the market, like how many malwares are in the market, how many methodologies, what kind of methodologies are used by the attacker, etc. That so you collect data.
Yes.
Yeah, so you collect the data from the market. Okay.
Okay.
Give me a second. Yeah. So we collect data from the market. So CTI is defined as the collection of and analysis of information about threats, adversities, and the drawing of patterns, which is like a methodology, which is like drawing of patterns like tactics, techniques, and procedures of the attacker. Okay,
Okay.
so that we can make some knowledgeable decisions for the preparedness, prevention, and response of response actions against various cyber attacks. So that is CTI, which is all about collecting of data from the market and then making the analysis, or we can see some prediction with the help of machine learning model or anything. We are making a prediction, and on the basis of prediction, we are taking the decisions. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
this is how this threat intelligence work. Even we have a separate path for this threat intelligence, which is known as threat intelligence analyst. Even you can become a threat intelligence analyst. The main skill you need to do some research. Okay, you are good.
Okay.
You have to be good in research. That's it. Okay, and also some analysis, like preparing some dashboards and preparing some charts. Okay,
Okay.
now
Yeah.
how this CDI helps? CTI helps the organization to identify and mitigate various business risk. Okay, if you know about your enemies, then you can prepare yourself. You can prepare a company, right? So that is why it
Yeah.
helps company to prepare before any future attacks. So in the
Okay.
we have this one, we have types of threat intelligence analyst. We have some planning here. So for the short term, we have operational plannings and technical plannings. Okay,
Yeah.
and for the long term, we have strategic and tactical. So in the technical, we use some technical measures to use the threat intelligence. This is all consumed by the SOC analyst and incident response team. Operational is like information for the specific incoming attack, like the reoccurrence of any attack or incoming attack. So that is incoming attack. You can think of let's say there's a network and there's like a system. Okay, and let's say there's a attacker. Now attacker is
Yeah.
sharing some kind of malicious data in the network. Let's say two
Yeah.
months ago. Okay, now this attacker is on the regular basis sharing some malicious data on a on a daily level. Now here you are and you are identifying the network traffic. And by identifying the network traffic, you can simply identify that there's something malicious going on in the network traffic. So this
Okay.
whole process is done by the network defenders or network engineers or net or security managers or network penetration tester. Okay, that is
Yeah.
operational, where you apply where you simply monitor the network as well as devices. Then for the
Okay.
long term use, we have strategic and tactical, which is like you are creating a long term plan, like a risk management plan for your company, and you are just
Yeah.
like taking actions on the basis of that planning. Okay, same as we have tactical. So these are
Yeah.
consumed by high level management, or like we can say CISO, and these are consumed by some IT managers or cybersecurity managers, etc.
What is this SOC managers? I mean, is it like System Operations Center, something like that?
Yeah,
What is SOC?
SOC, yeah, SOC Manager Service Operations Center. So
Okay.
they are the service operation center.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
their
Yeah. Okay.
SOC team is mainly responsible for monitoring your entire company's network, their devices, like everything. SOC is very
Okay.
important for the company. They are mainly used for identifying the security incidents. Let's say let's say we have a company, okay, and there's a fault in the software. Like let's say there's a vulnerability in any software, which is used by multiple employees of the company. Okay, now if there's a SOC team inside a company, then SOC team may know that there's a software where we have some vulnerabilities, so that they can fix that vulnerability on time. Otherwise, any attacker can like hack this software and hack your entire department of those employees who are using your softwares. Okay,
Okay.
that is why SOC
Yeah.
team is very important. They're especially for fixing the vulnerabilities. Okay, before any attack.
Okay.
Then we have threat intelligence lifecycle. So it is also efficient that we follow another life cycle for the threat intelligence. So first we have this planning and direction, where we define the requirements of the intelligence data. For example, you have all your Windows system. Okay, in your company, your company uses Windows only. So now you will going to collect data, means your malicious malwares, threats, or adversaries about Windows only. Okay. So you will not going to gather information about Linux, because no one uses Linux in your company. All uses Windows. So you will start gathering data only about Windows. Okay, so that is you are finding the scope of we can say finding the requirements for your company, like what kind of data you have to look for. Okay, then making a collection plan, like you are making a collection plan, like from where you can collect data and all. Then form an
Okay.
intelligence team. So you can do this individually also, or you can have your team also. It depends. Then send request
Okay.
for data collection. But this is sending
Mm-hmm.
requests are like you can collect data from open source and you can collect data from closed source, which means from the third party organization. Okay, open
Mm-hmm.
source, you can use some tools like OSINT, Humint, Imint, Messint. But for the like closed source, you can use third party companies. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
third party companies are like who provide threat intelligence as a service. Okay, so you can
Mm-hmm.
take like request data from there also. Then plan and set requirements for those phases. Like collection,
Mm-hmm.
so you can like set your collection goal and from where you want to collect your data. Okay, after collecting your data, now here you have lots of data, like lots of data. So you have to prepare your data, which is processing and exploitation. Okay, like preparing your raw data. Now, if you have lots of data of various types, then you have to prepare data. Prepare means you will first classify your data. Like you have Windows data as well. Okay, you have Linux data as well. You have some technology data like PHP, Python data as well. Okay, like Python vulnerabilities, Windows vulnerabilities, Linux vulnerabilities, threats, malwares, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have
Excuse
all
me.
sort of data. Yes.
Excuse me. Can you give me a minute? Some.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. So in the third phrase, processing and exploitation, you prepare your data, you classify it, you label your data, etc. So you are
Mm-hmm.
preparing a lot raw data and you are making like you are just preparing your raw data and you are making some useful classification from your data. Okay, now
Yeah.
means your data is whole prepare. Okay, prepare means you have classified your data, you have cleaned your data, you have filled your missing values, etc. That is preparing. Okay, you are removing
Okay.
any unused data and so on. Then you have
Mm-hmm.
analysis and production, where you analyze your data, means you prepare data. Okay, this is now your
Mm-hmm.
clean and prepare data. So now you apply some we can say some mechanism, we can say any ML mechanism, which is some machine learning mechanism or any other mechanism to
Mm-hmm.
like find some useful insights from your data. Okay,
Yeah.
it can be any useful insights
Mm-hmm.
from your data. Okay, so here you will combine information from phase three into a single entity. Okay, you include some facts, some findings from your data. Forecast means some prediction. You are performing some prediction from the data, and then you are
Okay.
analyzing should be on these basis: objective,
Yeah.
timely, accurate, and actionable.
Mm-hmm.
Total meaning is you are performing the analysis on your prepared data, and you are drawing some
Mm-hmm.
useful insights from your data. Okay,
Okay.
then you apply dissemination and integration, which is like you are delivering the intelligence to a other level of consumers. Like you are delivering your data and your preparation, or we can say your useful insights
Mm-hmm.
to other teams of your company, like SOC analyst team,
Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity team, so that they can prepare themselves for the future attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, like for example,
Mm-hmm.
if there's any vulnerability, new vulnerabilities in the Windows, Okay, new vulnerability in the Windows.
Okay.
And let's say your company uses, let's say we have 100 systems, PCs uses Windows. Then you are sharing this information to the teams, like let's say IT team.
Yeah.
Okay, and 200 that there's a new vulnerabilities in the Windows so that they can fix those 100 PCs, and you can protect your company, your 100 PCs from the future attacks. Okay,
Okay.
so that is why threat intelligence team is very important for the company. Is it clear? Any questions?
No, so far it's clear to me.
Okay. Then we have threat modeling. So threat modeling is another approach where you identify the threats in the company. Threat modeling is all about you are pairing. Okay, you are pairing your threat and asset together. Threat means it can be any harmful program, it can be any malicious, it can be any adversaries. Asset means it can be your PC, it can be your server, it can be your firewalls, it can be your wireless devices, it can be your softwares. Assets can be anything, okay, for a company. So threat modeling is also a risk management approach where you pair your asset and threat together to find the risk of this particular asset. For example, let's say you have Windows, and let's say we have a let's say any vulnerability which is found in the Windows. Now you're pairing your one vulnerability which is for only for Windows to the Windows, and then you are identifying here that if this Windows is vulnerable to this particular vulnerability or not. If it is, then you will fix it. If no, then you will leave it. Okay, so that is known as threat modeling, where you are pairing your threat and asset together. Okay, so that you can analyze the security of an application by capturing, organizing, and analyzing all the information that affects the security of an application. So again, here we have some process. Again, this is an idea about threat modeling. This is not an actual threat modeling. Okay, just an idea about threat modeling, which is we identify the security objectives. Okay, like security objectives means how many assets are there and how many threats are there. Then we take the overview of application. Like overview means we are understanding the mechanism of an any application. Mechanism means like how this particular application works, what are the components of this application or device. Now here it is written application, but here it can be anything. It can be any device, it can be any server, it can be anything. Okay, so here in the overview, we are understanding how your particular application or your particular device works, how it transfer data, how it, what are the components of this particular application or device. Then we decompose the application. Decompose means we are, in this particular phase, we are identifying the threats which is associated with this particular application. Okay, for example, if your company uses Windows, then we were going to find the Windows threats or Windows malwares. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have identified the threats. We like identify, we check that if my asset, if my Windows or my application is vulnerable to the identified threats or not. If it is vulnerable, then we can fix it. If it is not, then we can move forward. Okay, so in this phase 4, we identify the threats and then identifying the vulnerabilities. Okay, like whatever the vulnerabilities my system is, we identified it. And if the systems are vulnerable, we can fix it. Okay, if you see, if you noticed, all these models, whatever the models we have, we are only focused on three parts: identifying the threats. Okay, like we are checking if the system is vulnerable or not, then fixing and taking any countermeasures. Okay, so all these frameworks revolves around these three measures, like identifying the threats, or we can say any vulnerabilities, then fixing that, and then taking the countermeasures. Okay, and then or we can say monitoring or reporting.
Yeah.
So everything is depends on these phrases. Then we have incident management. Now, incident management is a set of defined process of identifying, analyzing, and prioritizing and resolve security incidents. Okay, so incident management is different from incident handling. Incident management is like you are taking all the, you are doing all the planning to manage any incident. Like it can be any event or it can be any attack. Okay, and then we have incident handling. Okay, we have incident management, and then we have incident handling, or we can say incident response. Incident response is taken after the attack. And
Yeah.
incident management is like a preparation for an attack. Okay, you are preparing for any attack. Let's say if any attack occurs, then what we will do? Okay, that is incident
Yeah.
management. You are preparing your company for the attack. And
Yeah.
incident handling is the actions taken by after any attack. Okay, so
Yeah.
incident handling is the part of incident management. So here in this incident management, we have some phrases like vulnerability handling. We handle the vulnerabilities of the of the assets. Like if any systems are vulnerable, then we handle that. Like we fix them
Mhm.
on time. Same as with
Yeah.
artifact handling. Then we make some announcements and alerts. Okay.
Mhm.
Announcements and alerts are same here, which is like if there's any, let's say there's any vulnerability in the software, then there's a alert pop up in the to the management team. Okay, if the alert is genuine, then they will fix it. If not, then they will avoid it. Okay, then the
Okay.
incident handling. So these four processes are before the attack. Then incident handling is like this is after the attack. Let's say if any incident or if any event or if any attack occurs, then what we will do? We will triage, we
Okay.
will check what is the triggering
Mhm.
event. Okay.
Yeah.
It can be your malicious traffic, it can be any malware, or it can be any employee reporting the malicious activity. Then you
Mhm.
apply the incident response, reporting and detection and analysis. Then we have other incident management services. Okay, like reporting, etc.
Yeah.
So this is again just an idea of incident management. This is not an actual process of incident management. Okay, just an
Yeah.
idea.
Okay. Yeah.
This is incident handling and response. This is like the actual steps taking in the process. So
Mhm.
it is like process of taking organized and careful steps after any attack, like when reacting
Mhm.
to any cyber attack. So
Yeah.
here we have some certain steps. First, preparation. Let's say any attack occurred in the company. Let's say any security breach. So now you will first prepare your company, prepare your employees. You will announce that there's a security breach in this particular part of the company or to
Mhm.
this particular department. Then you check the recordings of the incident and assignments. Okay, like you will check the logs and everything. Then incident triage, which is you will check the what triggers the incident. Then
Mhm.
notification, you will check all the notifications, all the alerts, and containment. Containment is like you will isolate the devices which are affected. For example, let's say there's a network. Inside your network, you have many devices. Let's say these
Mhm.
devices are affected by the malware. Let's say it can be any worm. Okay, worm malware.
Mhm. Yeah.
So now the nature of the worms are they will replicate themselves within the network. If these systems are infected, they will also infect this one and this one. So before doing anything, you have to isolate these systems first. Okay, move out of your network so that
Okay.
they cannot infect other systems. That is
Mhm.
isolation, or we can say containment. Okay, after isolating your system, you will gather some evidences, you will gather some logs, or you will call the forensics team to analyze the entire incident. Okay, like you are
Okay.
finding who is
Yeah.
behind the attack, what is the purpose, or what kind of data they have stolen, etc. Then
Mhm.
eradication, okay, which is like you can apply some countermeasures to fix the problem.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
recovery, you will recover to your original position, and then post incident activities, which is like you
Mhm.
document your issues, you document everything, your logs and everything. Okay, so
Mhm.
documentation is very important so that you can keep track of your attacks, of your past attacks, and you can learn from those particular events. Okay, so this
Mhm.
is like a whole process of incident handling and response.
Yeah.
Now we have this role of AI or ML in cybersecurity. So this is a theoretical. This is all for AI or ML. Okay, so this is not necessary.
Okay.
Now this
Mhm.
is necessary. Like how do AI or ML prevent cyber attacks? So as you
Okay.
know, AI is in like hype. So now AI is like coming into the cybersecurity domain. So how
Yeah. Yeah.
AI helps in cyber attacks? So they can like prevent, like they can help in the password protection and authentication. They can help in detection the phishing mails or phishing domains like
Mhm.
URLs. They can
Yeah.
help in threat detection vulnerability management, and so on. So these are like
Mm-hmm.
some theoretical one. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have security laws and standards, or we can say some regulations. Now, this is very important
Mm-hmm.
for the examination purpose and for your interview point of purpose. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
first we
Yeah.
have this standard, which is known as PCI DSS. PCI DSS stands for Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, PCI DSS is mainly for those companies who are storing the information of the customers, especially the payment information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Payment information like debit cards, credit cards, prepaid, e-purse, ATM, and postcards. So
Yeah.
PCI DSS is for those companies, let's say Amazon. Now Amazon is
Mm-hmm.
storing the details of the customers, like payment information. So
Mm-hmm.
Amazon must follow this PCI DSS. PCI DSS is all about securing the data like financial information of the customers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it is like a proprietary information security standards for organization that handle the cardholder information. Okay.
Yeah.
So like now who includes the merchants, processors, acquirers, etc. Okay.
Yeah.
So PCIDS is all about protecting the information of the cardholders while your data is in at storage, while data is in processing, or while data is in transmission. Okay, see,
Mm-hmm.
like storage, processing, or transmit of cardholder data.
Yeah.
So it is all about protecting the information of the cardholder customers. Okay.
Yeah.
If your company is holding the data like of the customers, like especially the financial information, then they must follow PCI DSS. Now,
Mm-hmm.
how to implement this PCI DSS? Okay, in your company. So here we have measure steps. First, we can start by building and maintaining a secure network. Okay, by installing the firewalls, while configuration of firewalls, and using some IDS or IPS, and also some secure or strong passwords. Then protecting the
Okay.
cardholder data. Okay, like if your data is in storage, you can encrypt your data while in the storage, in the transmission, and in the use. Then maintaining a
Okay.
vulnerability management program, which is like checking for the vulnerability for your own systems. Okay, like
Mm-hmm.
checking for the
Yeah.
vulnerable programs or application in your own network. Okay, like
Okay.
and also installing the antivirus softwares and developing of like secure systems and applications.
Okay.
Then implementing a strong access and control measures, which is like checking for the authentication and authorization. Authentication is like who can access this particular resources. Okay. And and authorization is like who can access this particular resources. For example, authentication is like who can, let's say you need a strong password for accessing
Yeah.
this particular resources. Authorization
Mm-hmm.
is once you access this particular resources, then what kind of privileges you have, like you have
Okay.
root privileges or some normal privileges or customer privileges and so on. That is authentication
Okay.
and authorization. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if let's say if there's an IT team, so now who can access the database of the where your this card holder data is stored, like your credit card or debit card. Okay,
Okay.
then we have
Mm-hmm.
regular monitoring and test networks, where you basically monitor your traffic, your network traffic, and you keep on
Mm-hmm.
analyzing the security incidents and events. Then maintain
Okay.
information security policy, which is like
Okay.
a policy which everyone can follow. Okay,
Yeah.
give me a second.
Yeah.
So we can apply this particular standard in the companies who is holding the payment information of the customers. Okay, so we can follow this approach, or we can follow any other approach to apply the PCI DSS, because PCI DSS is all about securing the data of the customers, especially financial information. Now, how you are implementing this PCI DSS, it depends on your company to company. Okay, it's like it varies from
Okay.
company to company.
Okay.
Then we have another standard which is ISO IEC and 27001 2013. So this is not the latest one. The latest is 2022. Okay, this is the latest ISO IEC. Now, ISO IEC is all about establishing, implementing, and maintaining the information security management system within the context of the organization. Okay, which means it is all about establishing a security management program or any system and then implementing and maintaining that particular system or program in the company in the context of any organization. It is also very important. Okay, here we have some few steps like we use within organization to formulate security requirements and objectives. Then we can use to mitigate the security risk and taking the cost effective mechanisms or countermeasures. Then we can also ensure the compliance with laws and regulations. Then we can define new information security management processes and so on. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so it is all about just to maintaining, implementing, and organizing the security, information security systems or programs in the company. Okay, so that companies follow these the cybersecurity mechanism. Okay, then we HIPAA.
Okay.
HIPAA is all about protecting the details or the information of the customers in the healthcare institution, like in the hospitals or in the medical centers, etc. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
HIPAA stands for Healthcare Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. So it is all about protecting the data of your patients in the hospitals, in the medical institutes. Okay. So again,
Okay.
we have some certain rules here which we can follow, like protecting the healthcare transactions, your code sets and identifiers. Then privacy rules, which is like protection of your of personal's health information. Then security
Yeah.
rules, which is like providing the confidentiality, integrity, availability of data. Then national identifier requirements, which is like keeping the track of your standard transactions like payment, etc., and other informations. Then we have enforcement rules, which is like rules of your company, country. But HIPAA especially for the healthcare institutes. Okay. Then we have
Okay.
surveillance auxiliary. This is mainly for protecting the rights of the investors and public while increasing the accuracy and reliability of corporate disclosures. For example, let's say you are investing in any company and in any stocks of any company. So Surveillance Auxiliary Act, they will disclose, they ensure that a company only disclose or disclose the reliable or we can say accurate financial report of its own company. Okay, so that we can invest on that in that company. Okay, you can only invest by seeing the financial report of the company, right? So that is why it is all
Yeah.
about protecting the rights of the investors and public so that they can by disclosing the accurate reports of the corporate companies. Okay, so again
Okay.
here we have
Yeah.
some titles, you can go through it. Then we have DMC and FISMA. DMC is all about Copyright Act. Okay, so that no one can take your let's say if you are using any you are creating or developing any website or if you're the owner of any website, so no one can take the same domain of yours. That is DMC,
Okay.
same as like copyright issue. Okay,
Okay.
Copyright Act. Then we have FISMA. FISMA is like Federal Information Security Management Act. So this is for again for checking the effectiveness of any information security controls. FISMA is all about, let's say if you have any company and if your companies have some security standards or information security controls, then FISMA ensures that whatever the security standards you are following, whatever the security mechanism you have, that is effective. Okay, so that is FISMA. That is mainly for
Yeah.
the federal, uh, federal side. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we have GDPR, which is like General Data Protection Act. So this is for protecting the data. Okay, now how we can protect data here, which is like protecting data of the customers or of the users.
Yeah.
So it is one of the most privacy and security laws globally. It is like very important, GDPR. Okay, like it is
Okay.
implemented in almost all the countries. So how we can,
Mm-hmm.
these are the some principles of GDPR, which is like lawfulness, fairness, transparency of your data. So whatever the data we are using, that should be lawful. Okay, that should be fair, that should be transparent. Then purpose
Okay.
limitations, which is like whenever you are transmitting data or whenever you are processing data, that should contain any purpose. Okay, like you
Yep.
cannot transmit data without any purpose. Then data minimization, which is you can should collect and process data that is of necessary use. Okay, that
Mm-hmm.
contains any
Yep.
purpose. Accuracy, your data should be accurate or we can say updated.
Mm-hmm.
Then storage limitation, if your data is not in use, then you can remove it. Okay, so that you can save some storage. That
Yep.
is storage limitation. Integrity,
Mm-hmm.
confidentiality, which means your data should not be modified by any hacker or any unintended entity. Or confidentiality is
Mm-hmm.
like no one can access your data.
Yep.
Accountability means you can hold anyone responsible for any kind of cyber threat, which is
Mm-hmm.
accountability, which is like
Yep.
holding anyone responsible for their actions. So that
Mm-hmm.
is accountability. So these are some principles of GDPR. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then rest we have this DPA, which is also Data Protection Act, which is in for the use. It is a UK law, and again it protects the individual data. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you can go through it.
Yep.
Apart from these cyber laws, now these are very important ones for the examination. Okay, like PCI ISO, HIPAA, surveillance, and DMCA FISMA, and this law. These are very important ones. Apart from these
Okay.
cyber laws, we have these other
Mm-hmm.
others. Okay, like we have these
Okay.
country name, and here we have the laws. So what
Okay.
you can do, you can go through it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
these are not important. These are just for the knowledge. And you can also,
Okay.
if you want to go through it, if you want to read about, you can also visit the website.
Okay.
Same as here, these are the laws for different countries like Australia,
Mm-hmm.
UK, China, India, and so on.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So is it clear? So this module is completed. Any questions?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it was all theoretical, but that was clear.
Okay. So do you want to start the practical or from the next weekend?
Practical, or what was the next option?
Do you want to start from today or from the next weekend?
Uh, I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, I'm ready actually. I mean, if you have to do it from next weekend, do you mean to say we finish the class now, or how?
Yes, exactly. That is why I'm asking. If you can grab other contents, then we can start
Yeah.
right now. If you want to take the revision, then we can start from the other, next weekend. So it's up to you.
Uh, I would say, if possible, we can start after taking a short break.
Sorry.
I mean, we can start today after taking a 5 or 10 minutes break.
Okay. We can start now. Okay. So
Okay.
today we will cover the Linux commands. Okay, we will see how we can
Okay.
operate the Linux command.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we can take 5 minutes break. Okay.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay then. See you.
Okay, so can you continue now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so here we can start with some Linux basic commands. So first here
Okay.
we have pwd, which is print working directory. Then we have ls, which is list. cd
Yep.
for changing the directories. cd dot back, which is dot dot for moving back.
Yep.
Okay, cd for changing the directory.
Yep.
ls for listing.
Yep.
And this is for print working directory. Okay, so here you can open your terminal here
Yep.
and can zoom in. So first here we have pwd, which is print working directory. So this will print your current working directory, means the directory where you are in. So basically I'm inside home, and inside home I'm inside Kali. Okay, then we have this ls, which is list. So this will list all your directories and all your folders, we can say files or directories inside the same working directory. So these are my files and directories inside Kali. Okay, ls. Then we can have clear, which is clearing the screen. Okay, let's say I want to move in on desktop. So I can use cd and desktop. Okay, now these are case sensitive. Means if you write here desktop in the small case, so this will throw an error. Okay, because the names here are case sensitive. So cd, and here we have to write d in capital letter desktop, like this. Now here you can see we are inside desktop, and here we can use pwd. Okay, so here we are inside home, Kali inside desktop. And then here we can type ls. Okay, so these are my files and directories on desktop.
Yeah.
Then let's say if I want to move back, then we can use cd space dot dot, which is one step backward. So let's say if I am inside desktop and here I can use dot dot, then now here I am on Kali, which is moving one step backward. If I again type cd space dot dot, then I am on home, which is pwd. Now I am inside home. Okay. Same as if I type dot dot again. So now I am inside root directory. Okay. Like the main directory. And then here I cannot go back. So this is the main directory.
Okay.
Same, we can move inside home, or you can apply the entire path. Home Kali, let's say documents.
Okay.
Now we are inside documents.
Okay. So from here, if you want to go back home, we just type home, cd home.
No, we cannot type cd. Let's say if I'm typing home here. So this will throw an error because here
Oh,
if I
okay.
type ls, we don't have home directory here. Okay, home
Oh,
directory
okay.
is inside here. Okay, but if
Mm-hmm.
you type here cd/home, so this will take you to home directory because
Oh,
the
okay.
difference
Yeah.
here is we are directly typing home here. Home is not here in the same directory
Mm-hmm.
we are inside. But
Okay.
this is a path. Okay, this is this path slash forward
Mm-hmm.
slash is
Yeah.
a path here. Inside this path we have home. Okay, so
Okay.
that is why we can move inside home here. ls.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are inside home.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to, let's say if I move inside Kali,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, CD Kali, and let's say CD pictures. Okay, now let's say if I want to move inside home Kali, then I have to apply the entire path slash home slash Kali. Okay, enter.
Okay.
Now we are inside Kali.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to move in any other location, then you have to apply the entire path.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it clear this much?
Yeah. Yeah. It's clear.
Then we have history, which is for checking your history in your Linux. Then we have who am
Mm-hmm.
I,
Yeah.
which is checking your username. For example,
Mm-hmm.
we have clear. If I check history,
Mm-hmm.
so these are my previous commands.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then here we have this who am I to check my username, which is Kali here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we have
Mm-hmm.
help. Let's say if you are new to any command or any application or any tool in the Linux, then we can type
Mm-hmm.
here hyphen hyphen help. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Help will show you the entire like arguments of this particular command. For example,
Mm-hmm.
here we have this help. So, sorry, ls. So here we have this definition of ls, okay, which is listing of information about the files. And then
Yeah.
here we have these arguments. Now these are known as arguments. Hyphen a, you can call it arguments, or you can call it flag or options. You can call it anything, arguments, flag or options. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
hyphen a means all, hyphen capital A means almost all. Okay, if you
Mm-hmm.
want to use these arguments, then let's say hyphen L, sorry, ls hyphen a.
Mm-hmm.
Now hyphen a means this will show you the files and directories which are hidden also. Okay, because you can notice, if I clear my screen, if I use ls, simple ls will show me the files and directories which are not hidden. But
Yeah.
ls-a will show me the directories which are hidden also. For example, you can see .pki is a hidden directory. So the files
Yeah.
starting from dot, these are all hidden here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
X
Yeah.
authority and X session, these are all hidden files. So
Mm-hmm.
hyphen a means show me the hidden files as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have ls hyphen l. L will show you the description, or we can say the properties of each and every file or directory. For example, we have
Mm-hmm.
this one here. Okay, one is a directory here. So here you can see D. D is a directory here. And then we have
Mm-hmm.
this RWX, which is read, write, or execute. We have these permissions. Okay. Then we
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
this name of the user. And then we have this size and this date of the creation. Okay, or modification. So ls
Mm-hmm.
hyphen l will show you the properties of each and every file or directory. Okay. So now these
Yeah.
are files. Now here you
Mm-hmm.
can see these are simple files. If we have
Yeah.
D means directory, and here these are all
Director.
files.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even combine multiple arguments together. For example, ls hyphen al. Okay, al
Mm-hmm.
means a will show you all the hidden files and l will show you the properties as well. Okay, now you
Mm-hmm.
can see we have these hidden files, which is
Mm-hmm.
study from dot, and these
Yeah.
are hidden. So hyphen a will show you hidden files, and hyphen
Yeah.
l will show you the properties of each and every file. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we can even combine multiple arguments together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me mention here, ls hyphen hyphen help, or we can use arguments as well. Then
Mm-hmm.
apart from the help, you can also use man. Man means manual. Okay, if you
Manual. Okay.
clear here, man ls. So man and ls are sorry, man and help are same. Help will show
Mm-hmm.
you the like a description in short, in brief, and man will show you in detail. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
here you can see you can use your lower key or your mouse to scroll down. And if you want to exit, you can press Q here. Okay, you can see Q
Okay.
for
Yeah.
quit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Q. So man means manual. Then here we have mkdir for creating a folder, your folder name
Yeah.
here. Then touch for creating a file name. So here we can apply clear the screen. Let's move inside home Kali. Let's move on documents. So inside documents, we have these files and directories. So we can create mkdir folder. Let's say folder underscore one. Okay, if you type ls, you can see folder one has been created. So even you can create multiple folders, mkdir, and you can mention the name of your folders. Like let's say folder underscore one. Is sorry, one is already created like this. Folder 2, 3, and 4. And when you type ls, these are all created. Okay. Same as with the files, you can use touch and you can mention the file name. File.txt ls. Now your file.txt is here. Same as you can create multiple files. You can mention file 1 here, file 2.txt and so on. Okay, just separate it by space. Enter ls. Now here we have file 1, which is we have file 2nd, and here we have file 1. Okay. Now if you want to see, when I create a folder mkdir, let's say folder 7. Okay, like this. So this will give me two folders, 7 and then folder. Okay, so here I cannot use a space in between the file names or the folder names. Okay, because they will create separate folders for me. Here I have folder and then 7 again. But I want folder 7 as whole. So what we can do, we can use quotations here. mkdir, here I can use folder space 7. So you have to use quotation here. Okay, like this. Is single quotation or double quotation, anything you want. ls. Now you can see we have this folder 7 with the quotations. Okay, so if you want to use a space, then you can use quotations. But instead of space, you can use underscore. Okay, because if you use space in the file name or folder name, this will cause problem in the future, like whenever you want to use any application or tools. So in place of space, always use underscore. That is fine. Okay, same as with the files. Now, if you want to remove any folder, then here you can use rm space hyphen rf. Okay, we just remove hyphen remove folder, and then you can mention your folder names. Let's say I want to remove folder 1 and folder 2 together. Ls. Now you can see folder 1 and folder 2 are not here. Okay. Same as with the files. If you want to remove files, then you can mention rm. Okay, and then name of your file you want to remove. Let's say file.txt. Okay, if you want to here you can see here we have the suggestion here. So you can press tab key for autocomplete. Okay, tab key. So let's say I want to remove file 1. Okay, then you can write file and then tab key for autocomplete. Now file 1 and 2 are removed. Same as if I want to remove file 111.txt, so here you can type rm file and then you can press tab key for suggestions. So here we have file 111 and file. So I want to remove file 111. Enter. Okay, so file 111 has been removed. So this is how we can remove files and folders. So for the folders, you can mention rm space hyphen rf and your folder name. And for the file, you can mention file name like this. Okay. Then we have permissions. Okay. So as you know, in the Linux, we have 3 types of users. So we have root users, we have normal users, which is VR, Kali, and we have guest users. So now here, if you type who am I? So we are a normal user, Kali. And as you know, normal user cannot do everything in the system. Okay. For example, if I want to run any file, let's say if I want to move inside root account, root directory. So here, so you can see I don't have permission. Okay, so how I can take permission? So for taking the permission, we have three options. First, we have sudo su. Okay, then here we have simple sudo. And then we have becoming a permanent root user. So first we have sudo su. Sudo su is like becoming a temporary root user. For example, here we are, who am I? So we are Kali here. If I type sudo su, now password of Kali. So password of Kali is Kali. So here you can type Kali. So when you type Kali, this will not visible here. Okay, just type it. And then here, if you check who am I, you are a root user here. Okay, now this is a temporary root user. Now I can do anything. I can do any number of operations. But when you close it and when you open your terminal again, you are again a normal user, not a root user. So sudo su is like becoming a temporary root user. And second option is, for example, I want to run any command. Let's say net discover. Now here you have this error. You must be root to run this. Now I am not a root user. So what I can do, I can also apply this one, sudo net discover. Now this sudo command is for giving a temporary permission to your command you are running. Okay, net discover. Okay, we will see what is the working of this net discover in future sessions. But now here you can see net discover is your required root permission. So even you can use sudo before your command. So this will run it. Password of Kali is Kali, and then you can run this. Okay, so either you can use sudo, okay, before your command. This is before any command. And sudo su for temporary root user. You can apply sudo su. And here you are a temporary root user. Now you can do anything without sudo. Okay. Now what about becoming a permanent root user? So this you can become, for example, if you want to become a permanent root user, so you can open your terminal here. Now first you have to apply sudo su here. Okay, become a temporary root user. First step. Okay, then here you have to apply the password for the root user. Means you have to change the password of the root user. So here you can type sudo password root. Okay, you can see password spelling is PSSSWD and enter. Now this is asking for the new password for the root account. Let's say 12345 in my case. Same as 12345. Retype your password, enter. Now your password is updated successfully. So if you click on this button, okay, this one log out, and you log out from here, now you can change your account. Now here you can type root and password is 12345. Okay, now this is my root account. Okay, here you can see this is my root account. If you see here, we are a permanent root user. You can see we are a permanent root user. Who am I? I'm a root user. Now I can perform any number of operations here. So this is how you can become a permanent root user. So first you can type sudo su. Then you have to type sudo password root. Then you can apply your password and then you can log out from your current account, log in as a root user. Okay, is it clear? This much?
Just one question. So it's like, if any normal user becomes an administrator, he can do anything, any harmful things to the system as well, right? I mean, why it's allowed and normal users to become the administrator themselves?
Yeah, in that case, you can provide the permissions. You can change the permissions, like who can become the root user and all. So in that case, you can change the permissions.
Okay. I think your username has got a space in it.
Okay, so this is how we can become a permanent root user. Then we have reading a file, like how we can read a file. For example, we have ls. Let's say I want to read this file, mail.txt. Okay, So here I can read, I can write cat for reading a file and mail
Yeah.
dot txt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here I have these mails in this file.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
for reading file, we can use cat or and your file name.
Okay.
Okay, so here we can use cat and your file name you want to read. So this is
Mm-hmm.
mainly for reading the file.
Yeah.
Same as we can read any file, cat file.txt. So here in this file, we have these files. Okay, like these
Okay.
content. So this is for
Mm-hmm.
reading the content of the file. Now, what about
Okay.
writing into any file? If I want to write anything into a file, then first we can type echo here. Echo, let's say hello. I'm writing this one.
Mm-hmm.
So echo is simply for printing whatever you are typing here. Okay, echo
Okay.
means
Yeah.
reverse back.
Mm.
So here
Yeah.
echo
Yeah.
and your test here, and this will print it as it is. Now
Mm-hmm.
I can save this particular hello world into any file. Okay, you can write echo hello world and then this sign. This sign is known as standard output. Okay, standard
Okay. Yeah.
output. Then you can
Mm-hmm.
mention your file name where you want to save it. So let's say my file is
Mm-hmm.
file.txt. Enter.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have this permission denied. So what we can do, we can create a new file. Let's say file 00.txt. If you cat file 00.txt, you will notice we have this hello world. So instead
Okay.
of printing this hello world here, my this
Mm-hmm.
operator save this hello world in this particular file. Okay.
Okay.
So now you can perform this operation to any other like command. For example, ls hyphen hyphen help. So when I
Mm-hmm.
type help here, you can see we have this entire content displayed here only in this terminal. So what if I can save this entire piece of text inside any file? So here I can write hyphen hyphen help and this sign simple and name of your file. Let's say file 00.txt. And if you like cat file 00.txt, you can notice whatever we have help, we have saved into this file. Okay, let me
Mm-hmm.
show this. If you if I check this file, yeah, here we have this 00.txt. If I open this with mousepad, so here you can see we have saved the entire help in this particular file. Okay, so basically this sign is known as standard out. So
Standard
this is for
output. Okay.
mainly saving
Mm-hmm.
contents into the file.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here I can write, for example, let's say I have this echo hello. So I can use this sign and save this into any file.
Okay.
Okay, for example, here, let's say here I type ls.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say here I type ls. Now ls will print all your files and all your directories. So here you
Mm-hmm.
can save this entire content into any file. Okay, for example, ls, like ls, and then your name of a file, let's say list. So ls,
Yeah.
and here I'm using this operator here, and then whatever the output ls will print, I am saving this
Mm-hmm.
inside this particular file. Enter.
Yeah.
And if
Mm-hmm.
I cat this ls underscore list dot txt and then enter, file name is wrong here. You can see we have this content like ls
Mm-hmm.
content inside this file.
Yeah.
So you can save into any file.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you want to save any output of any command, you can use this sign. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Same as it, let's say we have this man ls. Same as you can apply here man underscore ls dot txt, your file name. So whatever the
Mm-hmm.
output I will get with this command man ls, I am saving this inside this file.
Okay.
Okay. So if I type echo hello world and then this file name, and if I cat here hello world, sorry, file.txt, you can see hello world. Now if I type echo, let's say Python, I want to save this Python inside this file. And here I can
Mm-hmm.
use here file 00.txt. If
Yeah.
I cat here, now you can notice before it
Mm-hmm.
was hello world. But when I type
Yeah.
again Python, this will override the file. Now Python is only there and hello world is removed. So this is
So
like
it
overwriting the
overrides.
file. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to
Yeah.
append into any file, then you can use this double sign here, double greater than.
No.
Let's say I want to
Okay.
write
Yeah.
here, cyber here. If you
Mm-hmm.
get here again, now you can see we have Python and then we have cyber. So this is
Okay.
appending into any file. Okay, double
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it clear? So this
Yeah. Yeah. That's clear to me.
basically double sign is mainly for appending
Yeah.
into a file.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how we can write any file.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then we have one more command which is known as figlet. Let's say hello world. So figlet will write anything in the form of a banner. Okay, this is known as banner
Oh.
in
Okay.
in the Linux. And if
Mm-hmm.
you want to save this, you can simply use this sign. Okay, and name of your file. Let's say hello dot txt.
Mm-hmm.
Permission hello one dot txt. And if you
Mm-hmm.
get hello one dot txt,
Mm-hmm.
you can see hello world.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so figlet is just for printing anything into any banner. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, figlet.
Yeah.
After figlet, we have move and copy commands. Let's say you want to copy any file from one place to another. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
I want to copy this file, mail.txt, to any other
Mm-hmm.
location. Then simply I can type cp for copy, name of your file you want to copy, which is mail.txt, and where you want to copy. So you have to apply the path here. Let's say I want to copy inside home, Kali,
Mm-hmm.
pictures. This is my location where I want to copy. Okay, if you don't know the location, then what you can do, you can move to the location, here pictures, and you can click here. Okay, and you can copy the path from here, Control C, and you
Mm-hmm.
can paste here. Okay, you can paste here. Now for
Mm-hmm.
pasting here, we have different shortcut. For pasting, you have to
Mm-hmm.
apply Control Shift V. Okay, like this. Same as for the
Yeah.
copy. If you want to copy, you can copy Control Shift C for copy. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
This is only applied in this black window, in this terminal. Okay, in this terminal. So
Yeah.
for copy inside any terminal, you have to apply Control Shift C, and for pasting, Control Shift V. Okay, it is just you have to apply Shift here. So for copy, you can apply
Okay.
Control Shift C, and you can
Mm-hmm.
copy anywhere. And for pasting, Control Shift V. Enter.
Shift V. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Now, if we move inside pictures, let's say this is all this CD, we can move home, Kali, and slash pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And you can type ls here. You can see mail.txt is here also. Okay,
Okay.
so this is how we can copy. And for the
Mm-hmm.
moving your file, if you want to move from one place to another, then you can use mv for move.
Yeah.
Now file you want to move. Let's say I want to move this file, mail.txt. Now where you want to
Mm-hmm.
move again? Let's say I want to move inside home, Kali, music. Okay, this is the
Mm-hmm.
location I want to move. Enter.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can see the file is not here because it is moved inside music.
Already.
And
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
move
Mm-hmm.
inside music, CD, music here, music is not here. Alice, we are on. Okay, we can move inside music like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now file is there, mail.txt.
Okay.
Okay, so this is for moving. So for the copy, you can use CP. Now your file name you want to copy and location where you want to copy. Okay,
Yeah.
same as with the move. Your file name you want to move and your location where you want to move.
Mm-hmm.
Now MV is for moving your file. We have another command, MV. Okay, same. Now this is for renaming a file. Okay, your old file name
Renaming. Oh. Oh.
and your
Okay.
new file name.
Mm-hmm.
This is for renaming.
Renaming.
Okay, for example, let's say we have this file, mail. I want to rename this. I can use MV. Your old file name, mail.txt, and your new file
Mm-hmm.
name. Let's say new mail.txt. Okay, now you can see mail.txt is changed to new mail.txt like
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is how we can rename the file.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then we have this command file and name of a file. Let's say new_mail.txt. This will show you the the type of file you have. So this is a simple ASCII file. Okay, for example, let me move back. Let's say we have this Python file, py. Okay, this Python file. If you type your file nss.py, you will see it is a Python script. So file command will tell you what kind of file it is. For example, we can use this PHP file. So WP. So it is a PHP file and it is empty. Okay, it is a PHP file. Same as we can use this shell.php. So file shell.php. So it is another ASCII file. Okay. So maybe inside this file we have this. We have no code of PHP. We have only this ASCII symbol file. Okay. So file command will tell you what kind of file it is. It is a TXT file, PHP file, Python file, HTML file, or any other file. Okay, your file. Okay, then we have commands for the update. If you want to update your Kali, then you can use apt update. Now this update is for basic update. Like this will update only a few packages, only few packages. Okay, for example, apt update. Now here you can see we have this error which is permission denied because we are a normal user here. So here we can type sudo apt update like this one. At password Kali. So this will update your few packages only. Okay, like few important packages. So this will take around 5 minutes. Then if you want to update your entire Kali, like each and every package, each and every tool, then for that you can use sudo for root permission, apt update, ampersand apt-y full upgrade. Okay, this is for fully updating your Linux.
Okay.
So this will take around 15 minutes to update.
Okay.
And rest, it depends on your internet speed and your how many packages you have. Okay.
It depends. I mean, if there is any update available, right?
Yeah. Also, if there's any update available, so you can like update every after 1 month or 15 days. It depends on your usage. Okay. But always keep your Kali updated. Okay.
Okay.
So so this will take around 5 minutes. And if you want to update entire like Kali, then you can apply this command, full update.
Okay.
Okay, like sudo apt update and fully upgrade. So this will take around 15 minutes or more. So it depends on your speeds.
Is there anything we can check if any updates available, what all updates available, something like that?
That you can check on the Kali website, Kali's official website.
Okay.
Then we have some processes command. We have this PS AUX, and then so we have these commands for processes. For example, you can apply PS. So this will show you some foreground processes. PS AUX will show you all the processes which is running right now. Okay, so here we have this PID here. Okay, user who is using this particular resource. PID here. What is the CPU and memory usage of this processes, and then other information and this command. Okay, and this time as well. Start time and status. Then we have top command. Top command will show you the live processes, okay, which are currently running. If I apply this one, you can see these are the live processes. This will like keep on changing, okay, keep on fluctuating. So here I am using Acquintix. Acquintix is using this open server command, and now you can see it is keep on fluctuating. And here you can use your down key for scrolling down. Okay. And if you want to exit from here, you can press Q for exit.
Okay.
So this will show you your live commands. Now let's say if you want to kill any process. Okay, let's say if you want to kill any particular process, then you can use kill /PID and your process ID number. Okay, number can be anything. For example, I am using top here. And here I am opening the Firefox browser. Now you can notice we have this Firefox here. Okay. which is PID is 19668. This one. First entry. Firefox. Yes, sir. So this
What
is
is
my
the top
Firefox.
command used for? Sorry, I forgot that. Top command?
Which, top command. This will show you the live processes in your
Ah,
system.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I have opened the Firefox, and here you can see the command for Firefox. Okay, entry for
Mm-hmm.
Firefox. Now you can
Yeah.
see the number is 199688. Sorry, 19668. This one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to kill the Firefox, then how you can use?
Mm-hmm.
You can press Q for exit, and then here you
Mm-hmm.
can use kill / PID and your PID number or the process you want to kill. Let's say I want to
Yeah.
kill this Firefox. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you can mention 19. This is my ID 668 for the
Okay.
Firefox. Okay, now you can
Mm-hmm.
see this the Firefox is still running, and when I
Yeah.
press enter, this will
Mm-hmm.
automatically close down.
Mm-hmm.
So if you click on enter, you can notice this is closed. So this is how you can use or you can kill any process. Killing process means whenever any application you are using, when it stucks, then you can simply close it or you can kill the process.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how you can kill the process. And then rest we have date time. If you want to check date time, then you can use date. And if you want to change the date, we have one more command for date. Time date CTN. This will show you your time
Okay.
zone, your local time, your universal time, etc. And if you want
Mm-hmm.
to change your time zone or your date, then you can mention sudo time date CTL set hyphen time zone, and then you can apply any time zone.
Okay.
Like for example, you can use we can check some time zone. Okay. Like I think we have this some command time date CTL hyphen list. No, we can use help here. To check.
Okay.
So here we can use for the time zone, yeah, list time zones.
Okay.
So list hyphen time zones. And here we can use time, date, city.
Good schedule. Okay.
So here we have these time zones. So we can copy
Mm-hmm.
any time zone here. Let's say this one.
Yeah.
And we can, okay, so for the copy, Control Shift C. Control
Yeah.
Shift C. Okay. And press
Mm-hmm.
Q key here. And then here we
Mm-hmm.
can change time zone.
Mm-hmm.
Here we can use hyphen set hyphen time zone. And then you can paste it. For pasting, Control
Okay.
Shift C, sorry V,
Mm-hmm.
and here you can mention sudo V.
I mean,
So this will
in
change your time.
Windows, okay, in Windows we do just Control C or Control V, so
Yes,
no Shift. So here we have to type Control Shift and C or just Control C.
yeah. Control Shift C and Control Shift V for copy and paste. Okay,
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
only within this window, within this
Mm-hmm.
terminal. For example, if you want to
Okay.
copy here, so you can simply
Mm-hmm.
use uh,
Mm-hmm.
you can copy Control C. Okay, this
Yeah.
is even the commands are same for the Linux, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
shortcuts, but this is only inside this window. Okay, Control
Okay.
Shift C and Control Shift V in the terminal. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now you can see the time zone has been changed and you can check the time zone.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is different one. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so you can change the time as per the time zone. Okay, there's
Mm-hmm.
one more command for changing the time, which is not uh, reliable. You can use the date hyphen s, which is set, and then you can set your time zone. Sorry, time.
Mm-hmm.
So date first, let's say 10. We can mention January, and let's say sorry, it is in capital. Then do 2025 anytime, and then your date here. Sorry, time here 12:00:00 like this. So you can also change your time with the help of this command. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but more appropriate is this one, changing your time
Yeah.
zone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it clear this much? Any questions
Yeah.
up to here?
No. No. It's clear to me.
Now you can clear, and even you can use exit for exiting from this screen.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to use any tools or if you want to check for any tools, then you can use click here, and they are like all the list of all your tools in the cyber for hacking. Okay,
Oh. Okay.
So we have information gathering tools here. We have vulnerability analysis, web application analysis, databases, passwords, crackers, etc. Okay, so if you want to use any tools, you can search from here as well.
It's already built into Kali Linux.
These are all pre-installed.
Oh, great.
Okay, and if you want to install any other application or tool, you can simply use sudo for root permission apt-get install. And let's say I want to use I want to install Python. So you can mention your tool name here. Okay, password Kali. So this will install Python, 2 here or Python 3, whatever you can mention. Okay, Python 3 like this. So you can use Y here for yes to install it. So this will install Python 3 or Python, any tool you can mention here. Or even you can search on the web, like if you want to install any other application. For example, Excel. So you can type apt-get install Excel. So if the Excel is available in the Kali Linux list, then you can install it. Okay, so you can search on web also, like how to install Excel or any other application for Kali Linux.
Okay.
Is it clear? Any questions?
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Okay, so we have covered all the basic commands. And then from the next week, we can start with the information gathering.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So I will share the notes and this list of commands. Okay, on your mail ID. And yesterday's recording I have already shared. I will share today's recording as well. Okay.
Yeah, I have received the other ones. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Any questions?
No, so far so good.
Okay. Okay, rest we will continue the next week. Okay, you can practice on these commands.
Yeah, I will do.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.